All right, time for a bit of fun now, and it seems the Sussex royals are on their way. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will visit South Africa later this year. They're also known, of course, as you know, as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, perhaps the most famous couple in the UK. Let's get you the very latest now. Our royal correspondent, Ollie Barrett, tracking developments for us from Buckingham Palace. So, Ollie, we got wind of this royal visit just yesterday. What do we know about their travel plans?
Yeah, well, South Africa is going to play a major part. We understand that the tour is going to begin and end in South Africa with some other African countries in between. We understand that Harry and Meghan will start off in Cape Town in terms of their visit and will end the visit in Johannesburg. In between, they will also travel to Angola and Malawi and what's described as a working visit to Botswana. The fact that it's described as a working visit may suggest that that is an area during which Harry will focus more on his charity work, perhaps, because the rest of the tour is something that's been requested by the UK Foreign Office. Harry will do the non-South African parts of this African tour on his own, so we understand that Meghan will stay in South Africa for the duration, and she may well have baby Archie with her, because on their Instagram page, in the announcement about the arrangements, the Duke and Duchess say they're looking forward to their first official tour as a family. That's certainly a hint that baby Archie could be involved. He would be around 4 months old at the time, with this tour due to start, we think, in mid-September, which would make him, if he does indeed travel, the youngest royal to accompany his or her parents on a royal tour.
So, Ollie, as you've just mentioned, Prince Harry himself, he's got quite strong ties with the African continent, with particular countries on the continent. I mean, for one, we know that he runs a charity in Lesotho.
That's right, Sentabale it's called, and he set that up as far back as 2006, having spent his gap year in Lesotho in 2004. Sentabale works with vulnerable children. It works in AIDS prevention as well. It's also active in Botswana, so that may well be part of the activities he'll be taking part in there. Angola, of course, is an interesting one. Angola is the place that his mother, Princess Diana, was pictured. That really famous, iconic image of her walking through an active landmine area in Angola, so that will certainly be a pertinent part of the visit for him as well. But yes, strong ties to Africa. Harry is very concerned with ties with the wider Commonwealth. It's something that's very close to his heart. It's close to the Queen's heart, and we know that he wants to take an active role in promoting the Commonwealth, and African nations clearly play a central role in that.
Now, you've said that Meghan Markle will most likely spend the entire trip in South Africa while Prince Harry does the rest of the tour. Is there some talk that you're also hearing on your end that they might be house hunting in South Africa?
Yeah, well, all of that speculation about whether Harry and Meghan may end up doing a sort of sabbatical 6 month or so, or a year period where they live in Africa, and South Africa's been mentioned as a place that they might be located if that does indeed happen. So certainly that speculation will continue. It may be that Harry and Meghan are testing the water a little bit on this tour to see if it is the kind of thing that might be worth doing at some point in the not too distant future. So certainly all eyes will be on Meghan and perhaps Archie when they are in South Africa, when Harry goes off to those other African countries to see whether she is moving around and whether, as you say, there may be a spot of house hunting going on.
Ollie, you touched on this just a little earlier. Prime Minister Theresa May was in South Africa last year. Is this visit by the Sussex royals sort of part of a bigger picture to push to improve relations with South Africa?
Absolutely, very, very much so. The fact that this is a tour that's been requested by the UK Foreign Office means that the government of the United Kingdom has decided that it would be a great place to send the royals to sprinkle some of that stardust, to continue to boost ties, which are already very strong between the UK and South Africa. As I was saying, the Queen, incredibly passionate about the Commonwealth, so you suspect that that plays into all of this as well. And the much wider perspective to this is that Britain is leaving the European Union, and as it does so, it wants to continue to strengthen some of its bilateral ties beyond beyond the EU, beyond European shores. It wants to strengthen links with African countries, with Commonwealth nations. We know that the South Africans and the British continue to get that trading arrangement ready so that once Britain does leave the EU, that trading ties between the UK and South Africa continue to be strong but also easy and fluid. So this is all part of that. It's all part of the Brexit context and the desperate wish of the British to continue to promote ties with South Africa.
Well, I think royal watchers will be more interested just in the visit itself and perhaps not the broader political picture. Thanks very much for that. Ollie Barrett is our royal correspondent for the morning. The Sussex royals are on their way to the continent. Angola, Malawi, Botswana on the agenda for them, and South Africa as well.